If you have already gone through with the previous videos, it will be very easy for you to understand. Now we are going to discuss the count functions. Just have a look. When I used to work earlier, I used to count in a very easy manner. I hope that this is the way you are currently using. If I want to count the number of entries over here, I used to just click on this. I'll press Ctrl Shift down arrow and I can see that in total I have 26 entries in this status bar. But if I want this number somewhere in a cell, I cannot write 26 like this because you know the consequences. If somebody add an entry or delete a transaction, this 26 will remain a static number, which is not correct. So that is why I want you to do one thing. Do the count of these transactions using a formula. I want you to pause this video and do it. If you have already tried it, you may be getting an answer as 0 or maybe 24. Reason being because you are using count function. Count function will only count numbers, not text. If you use count function and count these amounts, it has 2 blanks. It will give you 24 as an answer in place of 26. So that is why we cannot use count function in this scenario. We have to go with count A. A count A formula will count numbers as well as text. Just have a look. Equals to count A, and it says value 1 comma value 2 comma value 3 and so on. It's just like a sum formula. So in this case I can go with a column which does not contain any blank cells like this, or maybe column C or D. That's my wish. So I'll click on this. I'll press Ctrl Shift down arrow to select till the end. I'll close down the bracket and I press enter. There we go. We have 26, which is a correct answer. The next one is we need to count the total number of blank entries in this complete database. You can see that these are the 2 blank entries in total. We need to count it. We can actually use count if, but we already have a formula which is count blank. So equals to count blank. It says range. Now there are 2 ways to do it. Either I can just select the complete column where I can see the blank cells, or if I do not know that where we have the blank cells, I can actually select this complete table also. If I'll select it like this, I'll close down the bracket. It will tell me completely how many blank cells are there in that B6 to E31, the complete table. Now the next one is total number of new type. We need to count the total number of new type. Type is basically the type of the customers in the data. Here we have the new as well as existing. It could be anything like this in your work also. For example, if your company is manufacturing 10 products and you need to find out that how many times a product it's been sold in the sales data like this. So you can find out that also. So we need the count on the basis of a condition, and the condition will be new. That is why we are going to use count if. Equals to count if range comma criteria. Just concentrate on this. It's very simple. It just look like sum if but without a sum range. In this case both the arguments are mandatory, and right now we are standing on range and the criteria is the condition. So where is that condition? In which range? So range is this type 1. I'll press Ctrl Shift down arrow, comma criteria is new. So I can write double quotes, new double quotes, or I can either select a cell also. If I'll close down the bracket here and if I press enter, see this. In total we have 20 new customers that we served as per the data. The next question is amount. How many times? We need to count the amount which is more than 100 and less than equal to 200 is similar to the amount of sales that has done. How many times the sales is more than 1 lakh and less than 5 lakhs. So we can see that how many times it is happening. The same thing we are looking for over here. So we are going to use count IFS because in total we have two conditions. Although the range will remain same, but the condition are two. Greater than 100 and less than equal to 200. So we are going to use equals to count ifs criteria range 1 comma criteria 1 comma criteria range 2 comma criteria 2, like this. So range will be the amount one for sure because we are talking about the amount. So this will be the range, comma criteria, the first criteria is greater than 100. So it will be double quotes greater than 100. We'll put it in double quotes again. As we have discussed, it has one symbol which is greater than. That's why we are using double quotes. If we would have been only 100 as a number with us, double quotes would have not been required in that case. Comma criteria range 2. Again, the second criteria is on the same range. That is why we are going to select this range again like this. Comma criteria this time is different, which is double quotes less than equal to 200 and double quotes. Here we'll close down the bracket and we'll press enter. There we go. It is happening 4 times in this range when the amount is greater than 100 and less than equals to 200. Now the last question is January sales for Brooks that exceeds 1000. So in total we have January, Brooks and amount that exceeds 1000. So it means we have in total 3 criteria to count on. So we are going to use equals to count ifs. We have multiple criteria. So the first criteria we can take is for January. But what is the range for the January? It will be months. So we'll select this range, comma, criteria will be January. So let me select a cell here which contains January, comma, criteria range 2 is for Brooks. The range for the Brooks is this sales reps range. So we'll select it, comma, criteria 2 will be Brooks. So let me select a cell that contains the word Brooks, comma, criteria range 3, and that is for amount exceeds 1000. So let me select the range of amount, comma, exceeds 1000, that is double quotes greater than 1000, double quotes. So we'll close down the bracket and we'll press enter. So in total this is happening for 2 times. So now just open the next video and simultaneously the next workbook to do the exercise on this part. Thank you. In Microsoft Word, if you want to change the case, you can do that directly using a shortcut which is Shift F3 after selecting the word. But in Excel we have special functions for them. Here we have a set of data in which we have in total 20 names of employees of a company and their card numbers are given. Here if I would want to change the case of their names to the lower one, in that case we have a formula or a function which is equals to lower. Here we go, and the syntax says text. Text is basically this Ravi, which is B5. We'll close down the bracket, and if I press enter, you can see that the case is changed to the lower one. Now I would want to copy and paste it down. The best method is that you move your cursor towards the right bottom corner of the cell and you can see the plus sign is coming. Now if I double click on this, you can see it will copy and paste it down till the end. If by any chance if you are not getting this plus sign, I think the option is disabled in your Excel. So to enable it, if you're using Excel 2010 2013 or 2016, you can go to this file and then you can go to options, and in this you have to go to the advanced, and there you can see this enable fill handle and cell drag and drop. This may be unchecked in your system, so just check it and press OK. If you are using 2007, you must be having a round button which is known as an office button. You can click on that, and right bottom corner you can see that Excel options. When you click on that, you go to the same option and you can enable it. Now just go to the next one, which is uppercase. I would want to convert these name into uppercases, so I can use equals to upper, press tab to open the formula. This time the text will be this one. We'll select it, we'll close down the bracket, and if I press enter, now this name has been changed to the uppercases. Now the same way I can double click and I can copy and paste it down. The next one is proper case. I can press equals to and I say proper. I'll press tab to open the formula. Proper case is the same case that the words are written over here, which is the first alphabet of the word will be in caps and rest of them will be in lower. And if it has some space, the next word will be in caps and rest of them will be in low. Now the text will be any of the word I can choose. Let's say I'll go with this one, which is E5. I'll close down the bracket. If I press enter, now this is changed to the proper case. And if I double click on the right bottom corner of the cell, I can copy and paste it down till the end. The last function that we are going to discuss is about the length of the characters in a cell. Let me explain a use of this. If you have a list of, let's say, 10,000 PAN numbers with you, and I would want you to take out all the invalid PAN numbers. So in that case, it would be better to find out the length of the characters. As you know, the length of the characters in a PAN number is 10 character, and if it is not a 10 character, it's an invalid PAN number. So you can use the formula equals to len, and I'll press tab to open the formula and the text. Now it can count the characters as text also, numbers, or maybe alphanumeric. So if I select the card number in this case, and if I close down the bracket and if I press enter, you can see that in total it has 4 characters. If I copy and paste it down using double click, you can see the characters for all. Now I can filter it down and I can do the further analysis. Thank you. Sometime happens that you may get the data from a different program, maybe SAP or maybe Tele or other program. It happens that you get the data in a form that everything is concatenated or joined together, and if you want to separate them, we have some beautiful options available in Excel. But before that, you have to first find out the symmetry in the data. The more symmetry you have in the data, the more easiest function you can use to separate them. If you find less symmetry, you can go with much more complex functions and still you can actually separate it. Let's see the data over here. We have product codes. Now if you look at the data, we have some similarity in the data. These product codes comprises of 2 major things. On the left hand side we have 3 alphabets, and on the right hand side we have 6 numbers. So if you would want to separate the letters and numbers, it would be easy, because in total we have 3 letters in each product codes, and that to be on the left hand side and numbers on the right hand side. We would definitely discuss the unsymmetrical data in the next video, but right now we'll go with this. So let's see, if you want to take out something from the left of a cell, we can use a formula equals to left. So it's very logical, guys. Now it has 2 major arguments: text, comma, number of characters. Text is a mandatory argument, and that is bold right now. It means we are standing on this argument. It's an active argument. and number of characters are in square bracket, it means it's an optional argument. So we can technically leave it. But what if we leave it, it will take out only the first character from the left hand side of the text that we are going to give. Here the text is the first product code, comma, number of characters will be 3, which is KPO. So we'll take up 3 characters. So we write it as a number. We'll close down the bracket, and if I press enter, you can see that this is coming as KPO. Now if I just copy and paste it down like this, it will show me all the left side 3 characters from these cells. Now in the same manner, if we want to take out the numbers, the formula will be right, because the numbers are on the right hand side of the product codes. Text will be this one. Number of characters will be 6, because in total we have 6 characters from right hand side. So we'll type in 6, we'll close down the bracket, we'll press enter, then we'll copy and paste it down till the end, and there we go. We have all the characters with us. Now if we would want to take out something from middle, in this case out of KPO 232765, we want third to sixth character. So out of this we want O232, these 4 characters. Here we are going to use a formula which is equals to MID, that is mid. Syntax says text comma start number comma number of characters, and you can see all the arguments are mandatory. So text will be product code comma start number, the number from where you want to start it, that is KPO, that is from the third character that we want to take out. So start number will be 3, comma number of characters we want O232. So if we count on fingers, these are 4 characters. So we'll type in 4, and then we'll close down the bracket and we'll press enter, and there we go. We have the characters from 3rd to 6th. Then if I double click over here, I can copy and paste it down till the end. Now if I have letters and numbers that I'm getting from a program, and I would want to create a product code again, it means I want to join them, these 2 cells. So for that we have in total 2 ways. The one is we have a formula that is known as concatenate. So that is equals to CONC, you can see the complete name, which is concatenate, which joins several text strings into a one text string. So if I press tab, I'll open the formula. It says text 1 comma text 2 comma text 3 and so on. So whatever you need to join in, you just click over here, comma, now D6, which is letters and numbers. I'll close down the bracket here, and if I press enter, you can see the product code is completed in front of me. Now if I double click on the right bottom corner, I can copy and paste it down. The other method is, I think that concatenate formula is pretty much lengthy, and maybe will not remember that. There is a substitute of this formula which is equals to letters and then using ampersand key, which is add. So I'm pressing shift on my keyboard, and this 7 number key on my keyboard that represents ampersand, that add symbol, and then the next string that we need to add. And now if I press enter, it will create a product code for me. It seems very easy as compared to concatenate. I hope you got the taste of these formulas comfortably. Thank you.